How are you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a little unboxing and review. This is the WELD Tig 225X, and I am beyond excited. Words can't even explain how excited I am to finally own a TIG welder. And let's go ahead and make a disclaimer at the beginning of the video and let you guys know that I have zero experience TIG welding. I have never done it. I've tried it, but I've never been able to successfully do it. And I've just always been just kind of in the back of my mind thought, you know, I really would like to do that. I'd really like to learn how to TIG weld. I think sorry about my cat, Mr. Kitty. I've always thought the process of it and watching people fabricate is just awesome. Seeing people build stuff for automotive applications mainly is why we got this. It's just really cool. And WELD was willing to hook us up with a TIG T25X. So we are going to be doing an unboxing, installation, or not installation, but review of it basically. Mason is decent at TIG welding, so hopefully he can come over tomorrow and we can try this thing out. But for now, we're just gonna box this thing and see what all's in it. So yeah, I'm gonna reposition here and we'll start opening this thing up. Alright guys, we're going to start opening this box up. A lot of my terminology is probably not going to be correct on what all this stuff is called. So you'll just have to excuse me there. There's really nothing I can do about it. I'm a beginner, so let's pop this thing open. Hopefully a lot of you guys that are thinking about maybe getting into TIG welding can kind of reference this and we can learn together, you know, how exactly to do everything. I'm going into this, you know, as any of you guys as beginners would be as well. So first thing we have is the owner's manual. We'll probably look into that, see if we need to register for a warranty or anything. And then looks like we got just some packaging components. This is packaged really nice. UPS likes to throw stuff around, so it's really nice that they packaged it so well. All right, here's our first couple things. So here is going to be the handle that holds the tungsten. And like I said, terminology, don't expect it to be correct. But this is a really nice piece from the other review videos I've watched. This is what's actually going to hold your tungsten, your handle here. Looks like it's got a nice little plug there. This is a higher end piece from what I've been reading, and I'm sure we're not going to have any issues out of this. So there's the handle. This is what you actually hold, that holds the tungsten that you heat up and then put the filler rod into. And then here is a little adapter plug. This is going to be to run if you want to run it on 110. I'm going to be installing a 220 outlet tomorrow. Hopefully everything goes good there so we can try it out on the 220. So just a little adapter in case you don't have it. So there's that. There's a little plug. I believe this is you can plug the handle there in if you want to use your finger. The welder instead of the foot. So there's that. And then here are I believe they're called cups. These are the different cups it comes with. Comes with a piece of tungsten there, and then a couple different ends. You guys can see all that. Don't need that box anymore. So this little piece of foam here is covering the whole machine up. Ooh, let's see if we can get it out of here by ourselves. We don't need that. All right, man, the excitement is real. Here it is, guys. Let's see if we can get this thing up here on the table. Let's set the machine up here for now, and we'll go over the rest of the stuff in the box. before we get to unwrapping the machine, we'll open this last box here. I believe this is going to have the foot controller in it. Yep, there's our pedal. So generally, if you guys are new to TIG welding like I am, you're probably at least going to know that you're generally going to control the TIG welder with your foot. That's what makes it actually start welding, the foot pedal here. And that feels really heavy duty, feels like a good quality piece, not super light. Here's a little starter helmet they give you if you don't have a helmet to weld with. So, it's basically gonna be everything you're gonna need to get going, guys. Here's the ground lead. Nice little clamp there. Nice and sturdy, feels heavy duty, feels good quality, nice heavy piece. I believe this is gonna go to the argon tank, but I may be wrong. I think that's what this hose right here is. And then here, this machine actually doubles as a this machine actually doubles as a stick welder. So we can stick weld with this machine too. And that's probably gonna be the #1 reason why I chose this machine over maybe just the MIG, is because the fact that I can stick weld. I have a little 110 welder here, but this is gonna allow us to stick weld as well. So if we have to do anything that really needs burned in, we can do that. Pretty much everyone knows how to stick weld. If you haven't, it's super easy to learn. And I think that's all for that box. And I really don't know what's in here at this point. Okay, this is the gauge that goes on the top of the argon bottle. So this will screw into your argon bottle. Yeah, and then it looks like this hose here, maybe. Anyways, this is gonna go on top of the argon tank. It'll be a little gauge where it looks like you can adjust the pressure, etc., etc. We're gonna set that back in here. Looks like here's our little adapter to go to our hose that it came with. We'll just have to thread that on there. And then our hose will thread into this and then probably go into the machine. Really nice quality piece. And my favorite thing about this setup is it's going to come with everything to get you going. You know, maybe you already are a TIG welder, you don't need half the stuff, you already have it, but if you haven't TIG welded before, it's going to give you, other than the tank, as long as you got 220 at your house, you're going to be ready to rock. You're just going to need some metal to weld. So let's move this stuff kind of over out to the side here, and we're actually going to unwrap the machine and start checking it out. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do this together. Let's get the plastic pulled off this thing. Check it out. Here it is, guys. This is the Prime Weld 225X TIG welder and stick welder, all in one combo. Looks like it's got quite a bit of controls. Now they have a couple different options for the TIG welders, as far as if you really want entry level, and they consider this more of the higher end TIG welder that you can actually purchase from them, and it's going to have a lot more settings. We can fine tune it depending on what kind of metal we're welding, but they do have a lot of other options out there as far as welder. So, you know, always be sure whenever you're done watching the video, go check out their website, see what else they have to offer. All right, guys, looks like we got a pretty decent sized cable here on the back. Try to get it unwrapped. So to start with, we got a pretty decent sized long cable. You will have to have 220 installed if you want to use the 220 option. If not, if you only have 110, you're gonna have to use the adapter that it comes with, so you can plug it in just to your standard outlet. I also recommend, guys, I can probably, like I said, once again, I'm not a TIG welder. I'm gonna be learning with you guys. Hopefully you guys, you know, if you thought about getting into this, if you thought about getting into TIG welding, I am gonna say that it's probably better that we do get the 220 hookup, so we can get the best performance out of the machine and don't have to worry about getting anything too hot or anything like that. All right, guys, I wanna talk a little bit about the settings. So I have already done my research, and I know that these settings here, this right here is going to be your max, basically amount of amps that this thing is going to be putting out. So whenever you initially hit the button or hit the foot pedal here, this is what you're initially going to be starting out at. This is what that setting is going to be. And then this right here is a little timer. This is going to time how long it takes once you go full throttle on the pedal to get up to this certain amperage. Once you have it pedaled to the metal, this is going to be the amperage that you're welding at. So you set your starting point here, how long you want it to take. This right here would be 5 seconds, 7.5, 10. It scales 0 to 10, so 5 seconds. And then this over here is where it's going to max out at. Now, whenever you let off of the pedal, this is going to be the little, this is going to be the downtime, how long it takes for it to completely stop. So we have 0 to 25 seconds, and then we have what it's going to end at. So once again, I do appreciate respectful, constructive criticism. If you guys want to leave a comment down below and let me maybe know a little bit about how I need to set this thing up. Like I said, we're going to be welding with it tomorrow, but I am strictly a beginner. I'm going to be learning with you guys. So just kind of keep that in mind. If I say something wrong, just leave a comment down below, but try to be positive, and don't make me sound like a total idiot. So we have a couple different options here for AC, DC. I don't know what this here is, but I'll have to look in the instruction manual. And we have post flow, pulse duty, pulse frequency, base current, pre-flow. Looks like this is going to be our controller here to turn the machine on and off. One of these is going to be ground. This is going to be our gas. One of these is going to be ground, and one of these is going to be going to the actual tungsten holder itself. The machine looks to be very heavy duty built. It feels good, it's tough. It doesn't feel like it's flimsy or anything. It feels like it could be dropped. It's got a nice heavy duty handle here on the top so you can grab it. And then on the back side here we have a couple fans. Once again, our plug coming out, and looks like we have like a little breaker here on the back. And I don't know what these two plugs are. I'll have to look and see on those. Alright guys, and if you're looking at getting one of these machines and you want to order a card at the same time, just so you know, looks like the overall dimensions of it. Okay, you're about 20 inches from the floor support to the other support. That's length. Width-wise, you're looking at about 11.5. And then the entire unit itself is about 18.5, 18 3/4 inches tall. So hopefully that can kind of give you guys an idea if you're going to order a cart at the same time about what size you need to get. Alright guys, and as you kind of heard me mention, I don't currently have a 220 plug. The only one I have set up right now in my house is the one for my dryer. So I'm going to have to get another one put in, but we already went and picked up some of the supplies that we're going to need to do so. So I got some big heavy duty copper wire here. You can see if it'll focus on it. Oh, come on, focus, focus, focus. You get the idea. This stuff is thick. You can see how thick it is compared to my thumb. We've got 25 foot of that. We're going to put the outlet right here. And then I have a really long extension cord I'm going to make out of a RV cable, hopefully, that I can use to be able to pretty much get me, it's pretty much going to be able to get me anywhere in the shop. This part of the shop is roughly like 30 by 40. So I should be able to get pretty much anywhere I need to be, especially with a pretty decent sized extension cord that actually comes out of the machine. We're actually going to be having to add a breaker in. We're going to have to punch this part of my breaker box out, and then we're going to run the cable up, over, we're going to run above that little piece of trim there. It's going to come over, 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 and then it's going to come down. We're going to put our 220 plug right there. So if we have a vehicle over here we need to TIG weld on, we can get to it. If we have it on the lift bay, we can TIG weld on it. I'll show you guys a couple of the components that I got. I got a 60 amp breaker here. These are the little nail holder deals. So these will actually hold the wire up onto the wood. We'll be able to just screw it directly onto the wood with these little guys here. And then this right here is the little, I don't really know what these are called, but they kind of hold the wire from being pulled out of the box. We'll have to punch a hole out the side of that box, and then this guy here will go on the inside. And well, it actually goes, looks like this way. That'll go on the inside of that, just like this other one I've already had added for my office. Unfortunately, guys, I don't have an argon bottle right now. When you get one of these welders, you're going to have an argon bottle. You're going to have that gas to be able to properly TIG weld with the machine. So you kind of just really got to call around. I'll be honest with you guys, I called probably 4 or 5 places before I found someone that was even willing to sell me a tank. Just because of with the COVID going on right now and everything else, it was just kind of hard to locate one. But I was able to get one. It's a little more on the pricey side. It's a couple $100s to get the tank and get started, but hey, you got to pay to play, and once I have the tank, it's not going to cost me as much to get the tank refilled after that. So that's going to be it for right now. We're going to jump right into tomorrow for you guys, and we will actually start hooking this wiring up, and we're going to try to put this machine to use. All right, guys, it's now the next day. We have our 220 put in. I still have to secure that to the wall, but it is hooked up. And we got the welder fired up. Got me an argon bottle this morning. Had to kind of search around to get this, but I did find one. And it looks like I'm probably just gonna end up getting a cart for this thing. I plan on mounting it to this table, but I'd have to make a bracket to hold the tank and everything. So we're probably just gonna get a cart for the welder. Got our plug put in right there. It runs up along, and I don't really think that's permanent either, but I didn't get any of my filler rod or anything in yet, so Mason just brought his over, his helmet and everything, and he can actually make it happen a little bit, so he's actually going to be the one to TIG weld. Yeah, we're definitely not professionals by any means at all, so you just have to kind of keep that in mind when you're watching us. We don't know what we're doing, so we're just learning along with some of you guys that may be learning as well. Mason's already, we still have to fine tune the settings a little bit, but he's already, man, it looks like you've done a lot better job on this one than
when we started.
Yeah. You guys remember on one of the past videos when Mason got his, he's getting pretty good at it. Looks good. All right, guys, you can see Mason's 2 welds here, and then that was my first one. That didn't do anything. My second one, and then my third one right there. So I'm trying to get the pattern down. We got us just a piece of steel here cleaned up. Definitely need to, looks like I need to put more filler in it. But yeah, we're just gonna keep practicing, play with this thing for a little bit, and just kind of go from there. All right, guys, Mason's got him some new wire. He's gonna try to do some pie cuts. He's gonna try to weld this together. This is some thin stainless. You guys see on my last one, I burnt a little hole in it. So my problem is right now, what it seems like, is my problem is I can't get it to puddle up high enough. So, but I will say, I have welded on other machines before. I've tried to weld on other machines before for just a short period of time, and this one right out of the box is pretty simple to get the process to happen, to get it going. I tried with Mason's, maybe we just didn't have his set up right, but it was just a lot harder. I couldn't even, it was just embarrassing. But with this thing, looks like I was able to at least make it happen. But since he does have a little more experience, he got some pie cuts, and he wants to try welding some pie cuts together. So we're gonna try this out. And we'll probably end up going and getting a new cart for this, because like I said, I just don't really like, I like it on the table, but at the same time, I think it'd be kind of cool to just have it on its own cart. And maybe we can build a big heavy duty extension cord for this guy. So, all right, guys, Mason's working with this stainless. He's got it tacked in there, you can see. See if we can get the camera to focus. Nice little tacks. So now he's gonna try to start welding this thing up. And the way we're able to do this without having a ground on it, guys, we have it grounded on the table. I think it's gonna shock it, but he says it's not going to. We're gonna let him weld that up, see what the dogs are doing. All right, guys, I do want to add in, Mason has been daily driving the Fortune since we got everything switched out, got the new cab on it. And him and Skylar went down to Bowling Green, Kentucky yesterday, and they picked up a new short bed for us. So we got a new bed. It's just kind of raining out today, and he didn't really want to mess with switching it out. And by the time he got back yesterday, it was just too late. So everything is going good with the truck so far, other than just getting the last body panel switched out. Get the bed on there, and then all it's going to need is some fenders. He did get some new mirrors, and they're pretty sweet. They light up on the bottom when you open the door. They have the LEDs, so it's nice at nighttime. And he ordered new headlights as well. So when he gets the fenders in and we get them painted, then we'll put the headlights on, and the last little plastic pieces here, bed, tail lights. And this truck will 100% be pretty much fixed. Everything is going to be completely done on it, but mechanically wise, it has been great, and it has not gave him any issues other than a couple small check engine lights, but we're able to resolve those pretty quickly and get the truck going. So just great news, and you know, it's great to know that the truck is doing good, and yeah, able to get him into a Fortune for a lot cheaper than you would go buy one from a dealer or used or a private party. Guarantee it. All right guys, me and Mason just did a little test. We're kind of doing a little competition. We've both been practicing for probably an hour. So we're not even an hour, probably 20 minutes apiece total welding, but I welded on one piece of strip steel and he did the other, and we're gonna see whose is better. Loser buys lunch. All right guys, you guys be the judges. See whose looks better. Mason's on the right, mine's on the left. I messed up at first there, I couldn't stop shaking my hand. There's mine. And there's Mason's. I'd say Mason probably won. So, right now we're going to, I want to get a cart for this thing. I thought about just leaving it on this table, but I think it'd be cool to kind of have the whole table. So we're going to probably run to Harbor Freight and get a cart for this thing. And I'm probably going to get some gloves and some filler rod. I did order a starter kit for everything, but it's not going to be here for a while. So, yeah, I'd say my favorite thing probably about TIG welding so far is that it doesn't make a bunch of smoke. It doesn't really stick in here like you've even been welding anything at all, does it? I mean, normally when you're MIG welding, it just gets so smoky in here. There's no smoke. It's clean. And, yeah, we got a lot of work and practice to do. But, I mean, I'll go ahead and give you guys kind of show you what everything looks like. Boom. So, like I said, once again, I do.
I will show them your attempts.
Well, we'll show them your attempts first, then we'll show them. Here's the stainless. Mason was welding the stainless together. Let it focus, don't move it for a second. Alright, spin it around, that's all Mason's. Still Mason's. And then we get into my zone here. And it looks like I was just almost melting all the way through it. The stainless is real thin like this, pretty hard to weld.
Oh, I did that hole.
The tack, yeah.
That was me.
So, once again guys, if you guys want to leave constructive criticism in the comments below, let us know how to change the settings. I don't mind, we're just learning, but you know, I mean, you don't have to get on here and tell me that I suck ass at welding. It's pretty obvious. We're aware, so you don't have to be on there and be telling us, man, you guys suck, blah, blah, blah. Don't leave comments like that. We're just learning, so hopefully it helps some of you guys out. And for now, we're gonna run to Harbor Freight, get a new cart for this thing. All right, guys, we just got back. We went to the old harbor, got some stuff to maybe do a little TIG, or I'm sorry, a little stick welding. And then I bought some plugs. I got a real heavy duty extension cord over there. You guys can see where I got my plug mounted, but to be able to weld all over the shop, this is the only thing I could find for an end, but just how it's gonna have to be. I got that. And then I got the male end here, if I can get it out. So we're gonna make an extension cord. Boom, got that. Out of this cord over here. Real heavy duty thick stuff. This is just off my old camper. You guys can see how thick it is. And then we picked up a cart for it as well while we were in town. This is the Harbor Freight $100 deal. 350 pound capacity welding cart. It's got a spot for the tank on the back, so we're gonna put it all together and then get the welder moved onto this so that way we can roll it around. We're gonna build an extension cord for it, and then we'll actually have a pretty clean usable setup. All right guys, Bailey's welding right now. He's trying the machine out, but we got it all mounted up on this nice stand from Harbor Freight. I was stuck between this one and the cabinet one, but we went ahead and went with this one. I'm pretty happy with it. $100. Has a nice little deal here for the back. So, got our rods, got us some filler rod while we were there. Got our mounted. Bailey's trying it out a little bit now. He's trying to weld on some stainless.
It's hard.
It's very hard. We're all beginners here, so we're just trying to learn. So, he's gonna do a little bit more welding, and then I also made a really big heavy duty extension cord for the machine if we need to weld in a different spot of the shop. I built this and got a couple different ends on it here, so I was able to save some money by just building my own. All right guys, now we're gonna try. I can't deal with Bailey. All right guys, now we're gonna try Now we're gonna do the stick welding option. So I got my stick in here. I'm gonna try this. It's probably been since high school since I've done it, so. All right, guys, we've been welding for quite a bit now. We've been practicing. We actually had one of Bailey's co-workers come over, and actually he's a professional TIG welder, does it for, that's basically his job. So this is some of the stuff that he was able to lay down with the machine. It'll focus. And then he was showing me and Mason a little more, and that right there is actually for me. Just a little spot, but we also started practicing welding stuff like this on. So, I mean, we got quite a bit better, man, in a couple hours. Yeah. It's pretty addicting once you can figure out how to actually make the process happen. There's some more of what Jason was doing. Man, that looks good. So that's probably gonna wrap it up for the end of this video, guys. We're gonna continue to mess with this thing a little bit, but hope that gives you guys a good, honest, I mean, our opinion on the machine is, it's great. I really like it. I would recommend it to you guys if you're entry-level TIG welder, or even if you've been doing it for a while. I got Jason's opinion on it, who was here helping, showing us how to use it and stuff, and he said it welds great. So, yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna leave Prime Weld's website in the description of this video. Go check it out. They have a ton of other products, plasma cutter, MIG welders, all kinds of stuff, guys. And it's at an affordable price, but you're still getting a really high quality product. So that's what we really like, you know. It's expensive to do this stuff. It's expensive to be in the automotive world, buying tools, and a company out there that can give you an awesome product, but not break the bank. Hey, we like that, and it really means a lot. So that's gonna wrap it up. Be sure to like and subscribe, follow me on Instagram. We will see you guys on the next one.